long before there was the Oklahoma City Thunder, there were, of course, the Seattle SuperSonics. And one of the iconic figures of the Seattle SuperSonics, Donald Earl Watts. You had better know him as Slick Watts. He was not the first player in the NBA to ever wear a headband, but he gave it a style and a panache that is still embraced today.
It's not the shoes.
Look out, here comes James.
Or the crossover.
Iverson. All he needs is himself and his headband.
Or the shot alone.
It was a headband, you know. The headband was talking to me. The headband told me to keep shooting. I just listened.
It's a look on and off the court.
You know how you're young, you want to put all those accessories on, you want to accessorize yourself.
Definitely have to have a certain swag to pull it off.
It's part of uniform now. Like I put on my shoes, like I put on my jersey, I gotta put on my headband.
A new generation of the NBA stars feel they invented it.
Wearing the headband, I had the opportunity to start something new.
One man introduced it, and he meant it. Wilt, the Stiff, Chamberlain, Mr. 100 Points himself.
The most amazing scoring performance of all time. 100 points.
And then there was Bill Walton.
I'm gonna keep struggling. Freedom.
Can you dig it?
Bill Walton definitely comes to mind. He definitely rocked the headband right.
Because, you know, he had that kind of cool finesse game.
From there, it was up to me to reinvent it.
The reason why I wear the headband is a tribute to my PE coach in 3rd grade, the great Slick Watts.
Teach your children as well.
Well, he was one of the first guys. We thought it was hot dogging. In those days, very few guys wore a headband. And like I say, the way he wore his was so different.
The headband can be a force.
I don't know if it was my 3rd year or 4th year. We all wore headbands, and it started on the West Coast swing. We won like 3 or 4 or 5 games in a row, and it kind of turned around our season. And I never stopped wearing it from that point on.
A lot of guys have tried it, but I wouldn't like to see Dirk Nowitzki out there with a headband, Paul Gasol with a headband. Even Kobe Bryant probably wouldn't look right with a headband.
I think Tim would look good with a headband. You know, those big old ears. I owe you that.
I think all the guys should wear a headband. And LeBron, he look good with his headband.
LeBron and his headbands, plural, because his head is so big he has to wear 2. Now that's the word on the street.
People ask me about my all-headband team. Well, that's a tough team to make, so I picked 5 players. Of course, you know I had to start with me at the point, Slick Watts at the point, Jason Terry at the 2, Paul Pierce at the 3, LeBron James at the 4, and the great Wilt Chamberlain at the 5. Old school versus new school. Remember, it's all about the future. Wear the headband well,
Or don't wear it at all.
you wear the headband with pride, and you gotta make sure that you lead the people standing and keep the fans happy. And that is what the headband is all about.
How good is Slick Watts?
You know what? Just a really nice man, and that was a really cool. And I love when the guys of today give those old guys their props. He's a good dude, man.
I mean, Slick Watts, man, he was the only person I had saw wear it. I didn't get a chance to see Chamberlain. He was later in his career. But it was Slick Watts, and when he was teamed up later on with Dennis Johnson and Gus Williams, and that Seattle team, Spencer Haywood, that team, those were like real. I didn't see these games now. I don't know about
Ernie,
that.
you were there.
I saw a few games.
Ernie, when you doing this game from the sideline?
And shout out to my main man, Curly Neal, who also, with the Globetrotters, he rocked the headband like no other. Curly, what up, baby?
And Dennis Johnson, we're looking at these old...
I don't remember Dennis jumping like that.
These old Sonics.
That was nice.
Dennis Johnson, when he was first, he was a bad boy.
You got to give a shout out to Jack Sigmund, Downtown Freddie Browns, all those guys. John Johnson.
Yep, that was then. This is now the Oklahoma City Thunder. I know for a lot of folks in Seattle, tough to watch this series.
Well, actually, in fairness, one of the great travesties is not having a team in Seattle. But they were the greatest fans.
Oh, they were tough to play up
That was
there.
tough to play up there for.
Gary Payton, what up, baby?
Yeah.
Sean Kemp, what up, baby?
They had that's one of the toughest places in the NBA to play.
Yeah, that was top 3, easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Oklahoma City takes the floor here in San Antonio for game 2.
I thought my name was Charles Barkley Suck for a while.
It still is. Don't worry about it.
Kind of depends on where you go. Me too.